Hi there, Evan here at the Chronicle for Saturday, February 29th, 2020, where the future starts today. Boy, we got a lot of stuff to cover. First, Canadian fourth quarter GDP. What more needs to be said? Annualized, we're now down to 0.3%. In fact, Brett House, Deputy Chief Economist at Scotiabank, had a great point. If it wasn't for inventory building, it would have already been negative. Again, Scotiabank had a fantastic report on this. I'll leave a link in the description box below. But look, who was one of the first ones on YouTube that predicted Canada was headed for recession? Folks, we did it again. But here's the thing. We can't forget the one last piece of the puzzle for the masses to find out. That's unemployment, which we need to watch like a hawk. And the headlines in a month or two are going to change in a serious way when they have to report unemployment is up year over year. That's all I need to say on that. Second topic I'm going to cover, China PMIs for January. Oh boy. Yes, I know the coronavirus. Yes, I know more than half the country is still in quarantine and is going to be for a long time still. But remember, China is the second largest economy in the world. China is the largest trading partner for many countries around the world. China is still the largest commodity importer in the world. What I'm saying is, without China, earnings expectations in the stock market are still way too high. Global economic growth expectations are still way too high. They have to come down. Now, speaking of stock market, guess what confirmed the stock market declines of last week? Corporate credit spreads, both in investment grade and in junk. As I mentioned on my Chronicle Media last night, expect more employment and margin hits to come in hot. Now look, at the end of the day, I predicted the first quarter stock market correction. That was in my yearly predictions for 2020. You don't believe me? Check the video out for yourself. Now I get it. I got a bit lucky with the virus. But as I've said before, and I'm going to say again, it's the trigger, not the cause. We had a massive global debt bubble. We had a global economy that's been slowing for around about the past 18 months now. And it just needed a pin. That's all it needed. Along came the virus. Voila. And there's nothing the central banks can do to stimulate demand. And I think the market knows it. Now I understand there was a bit of a short covering rally at the end of Friday, as there is expectations for a coordinated global rate cut over the weekend. And early next week, because we're so oversold, I do expect a bounce, but be prepared to sell into it, because nothing has changed. In fact, it's only gotten worse in the last week or so. That's all I'm going to state on that. And lastly, I'm going to give an update on La Cerveza. 5 more Iranian MPs have now contracted the virus. And in my previous video, I mentioned the ambassador to the Vatican has already died from this, and their deputy health minister has previously already contracted it. And this chart here is from the folks over at Peak Prosperity, who are doing the best work on the virus, really for anyone on the internet. On this chart, it shows on a percentage basis, Iran is still growing the fastest every day, both in confirmed cases, and by far, they still have the highest death rate. But as far as confirmed case growth, look who's not too far behind now. Italy. And have a look at this. This is also from Peak Prosperity. The Italians are doing the same thing the Chinese have done to keep their numbers down. Now they're saying, if you're asymptomatic, we're just not going to count you as confirmed. Look, what's been the number one reason the whole time to ban travel to and from China? It's that they're not reporting the true numbers, and the problem is multiple times worse than what they're saying. If China is doing it, we have to go after Italy the exact same way now. And with how fast the virus is growing in Italy, I'm now calling on the Canadian government to ban travel to and from Italy. So that's 3 countries: China, Iran, and now Italy. Now, I don't care what anybody says. It's the safety of Canadian citizens over all else. Best place to go ahead and leave it. Smash that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, follow both my accounts on Twitter, and as always, my name is Evan. This is the McChronicle, where the future starts today.